Hello, ladies. Welcome to the second series of our podcast about motherhood. It's for all women in general and women who are mothers or maybe one day are going to be mothers. Me and Tatiana are mothers ourselves, and we're here to share our motherhood journey. Not as a coach and a psychologist, but as two women, and we share also which things helped us along the way. If you feel like this content resonates with you, please subscribe to our channel and shoot us some comments or messages. Maybe give us some ideas for the future podcast themes. Tatiana, how are you doing today?
Hi everyone, hi Mila. I'm quite good. Feel I'm trying to survive this situation at home because my husband have some pain in the back side. I'm doing yoga with him now because he needs some
Oh,
help. Yeah, he's like, oh, we have to start do yoga together. I'm like, oh, finally, yeah, because carrying baby it's not good for body, not good for health. So and it's also the question about younger or older parents who start the first time, and that's I think for him it's now a bit complicated to carry baby, and for me it's more complicated because I don't have his help. I realize now how it's important when husband can help you with baby, when husband like to be with baby and can spend some time, and then I have time for some hour stuff at my job. And when he's not really good, then I'm like without one hand, because what then can we do in this situation?
yeah. Um,
Yeah. How are you? How is your day,
uh,
your week?
Um, well, speaking of husbands, yeah, I feel when I started to have like first time I was pregnant, I was like, okay, it's good to have a husband. And when second time I was pregnant, I was super sick, and it was first time I actually realized all that theory that I was picking, like I was choosing my husband also based on that certain feelings and theory, how to pick the right man. But that was just a theory because we were in a partnership relationships until I got very sick when I was pregnant. And I think I would not survive without him. I would not be in that situation without him either, but I would not survive definitely. And that's when I was like, okay, that's what everybody was talking about, why you need to have a great partner by your side. So
Yeah.
I totally feel you, and hopefully his back will get back better soon. And about my day, it's Monday, so honestly, it was a bit hectic. I took like Bella to pediatrician today, and she was very cranky, and we got her shot. It was her first time being in the hospital since Canada, and everything organized here a bit different. That's why I was also didn't know what to expect, how the process will go, and it was different actually from Canadian approach. Generally it was okay, but I feel like for some reason I lost a lot of energy over there in that hospital. And I woke up quite early and was working. I finished our video finally today. I wanted to remember I told you I want to edit and then delete. So it's just like was a lot. For some reason, and in the end no one wanted to go sleep, so I had that mini discussion with our nanny because I figured she's not helping at all. She just left Bella crying in the corridor waiting for me to step out from my room to calm her down instead of just knocking and asking, oh, what should I do, is it the bedtime or how can I help? And I was just working in my room, so it was interesting. So of course I heard Bella crying. I came out and I was very angry and upset that my baby's in the corridor crying, and so we had an argument. And tomorrow I will have a serious talk with her because that's not how I would like to run our household things.
Yeah, I think moms are more. vulnerable when someone carry baby, yes, and um, you're like so emotional this moment. You can't control your emotions at all if someone not in this like in the schedule or not or respect your asks or something else like your borders, and then I think we are more vulnerable in this with kids, with babies. And also if I have to go and the nanny staying with baby, yes, it's also um, s- some kind of stress what you can't control because it's hormones, it's because of connection with baby, because mom wants help baby, yes, and then other people they're not really so empathy to baby because that's not mom. That's
I
not
know.
the job, like job. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I just like always up to conversation and like clear conversation because as long as you elaborate yourself, you explain yourself, you can talk everything through. And in this case, the person didn't. It just was acting childish, which I'm always like keep saying to her like, okay, let's sit and talk it through. Let's talk about it. You have to share what you're thinking, what's your suggestions. And I feel for people in generally it's hard there to elaborate and sit and talk. That's why I know a lot of my clients having a problem with even marriage partnerships because they don't talk and they expect their partner understand
Yeah.
or read the mind and it's never happening and then everybody's upset. That's why a big cheerleader of talking things through with anyone that you want to keep a relationship. So this is my day, and I know that I messaged you earlier today and wanted to talk about guilt, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The
That's also
favorite
that's
topic,
also huh?
the favorite topic of all mothers, guilt, no matter how much you do.
Yes, yes. That's also about, I think, about these feelings what you can't control because of hormones. I think it's also about this. That you can't, like remove biological and just to think, oh, I feel guilty and I'm so bad, mom. That's not true because you feel guilty more extra because of your hormone system, because of biological mom mom life, what is happening with you now. I think I don't know, maybe it's until 3 years old it's so extra you feel so extra, maybe a whole life, I don't know yet. how,
Not
how
whole
you
life. I know some mother of older boys who's like soon be 40, they're not guilty for sure for anything.
yeah, that's a different story a bit. Yeah. So, yeah, you told the story how you felt guilty. It was not today, right? It was.
Yeah, today, yeah. Today I felt guilty. I don't feel guilty every day, but today I was leaving to have a performer Pilates class because my body is kind of destroyed after having two beautiful, huge kids. And of course, I need Pilates reformer. And thank you for sending me some exercises. But I decided to
Of
also
course,
go
of course.
to do it on Pilates Reformer. And I
Mhm.
was leaving, and Bella was crying because she saw me leaving. And today she's hypersensitive. And I was so upset she was leaving, and Nanny was like holding her or trying to grab her and calm her down. And then she was like, Mama. And I was just like, closing the door. My heart was just like feeling like someone is squish it, but I closed the door because I needed to go to that Pilates that I paid, so I cannot miss. And by elevator, my guilt smoothed down a little bit, and my first thought was I remember how I was leaving Nicholas to go to yoga and Pilates back in Canada. And I felt also the same amount of, not the same amount of guilt, but similar guilt, but actually less amount of guilt. And I was like, okay, with Bella, I feel less guilt. Probably I got used to it. So I'm like, I feel better because like she doesn't cry a lot when I leave. I start to sneak. I try to sneak out when she doesn't see me or
Yes,
she's
yes, I
busy.
know.
So with Nicholas, I used to leave like almost every day, and every day he would see me and he would be very upset. So that's why it was more guilt, and now I was not that much exposed before this day. Sometimes, but not all the time. And yeah, first thought like it's less guilt with the second kid. And then I was still under impression, and when I was working out at this Pilates reformer machine, my thoughts were running, and I tried to focus. And then I gained thought something about like, oh, I left my little baby. I will quickly run home, and I will cook lunch, and she will be around. I can hold her, and then I will eat with her, la la. And then some parts of me told, like, I told myself, stop it, you own it to yourself to recover, like just stop it. And I was even kind of angry, like stop doing it, like you did so much for, like you're doing a lot, like every day you did so much as well. When you were pregnant, you delivered her naturally, even though she was again like 11.7 pounds baby and huge and everything. Then 3 days after, you literally walked to the park with older son so he wouldn't feel like any jealousy. So like you did it, you're doing great. It's just like shut your mind, like just do this Pilates and focus on your like belly muscles, like core, like to engage that core that carry those huge children, it's just like just shut
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so that was, and then yeah, I was like, okay, I'm good. Yes, so that was, yeah, my day was pretty emotional.
So you help yourself just to talk this inner conversation, and don't do like you're doing enough, you're doing good. Don't guilty, don't feel guilty, don't press yourself, don't.
Yeah, I told it you own it to yourself because it was more about kid. Oh, how can I help her? I will get back. I'll do this with her. I will do that. Blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, just stop it. Just give yourself this hour. Like it's even 15 minutes. 50. Just focus on your belly, on your core muscles, on your butt, whatever they tell you to engage it. Just that's it. Because we that's why I was asking you, it's interesting about the roles and archetypes, because since I became a mom, especially now mom too, maybe, okay, of course, she's first year in this earth, so it's harder, but I cannot imagine like almost a second without like thinking about, oh, tomorrow I need to take and do something this for Nicholas, this schedule, that, blah, blah, blah. I need to buy that for her. So it's always like everything is around them and their life. And there's so much like little time left for just me particularly, and at home because my husband now works 14 hours day, 14 hours from morning till night. Now he's still working, so it's almost 10. He will finish at around 11. It's crazy schedule, we knew it, so that's why I was mentally ready, but still it's so challenging right now because he used to be around a lot. He worked from home, and then in August, he didn't work. He stopped working for some time. So I was working and he was helping a lot with the baby. So now I feel like it's just like the tiny bits of time left. And left for what? To do Pilates reformer for health, right? Or
Yeah.
go to some other appointment
Yes.
or work. So it's not like I'm laying down doing nothing, which I wish I can do.
Yeah,
And
and
still that
you
guilt is
can
there.
do, and you, I mean, in some way, just to go to drink coffee, to be with yourself and doing nothing. You don't have this excuse like, oh, that's for body, that's for health. Just coffee to go somewhere to rest, be doing nothing. It's also for health, because for me, it's help. The phrase I heard this phrase that when mom is not happy, in some way baby also not happy. You can't make happy baby, you can't share this, how its life is beautiful, and you can enjoy it if you're not enjoying this life, and if you are in this under stress all the time. So when mom happy, baby also happy. And this phrase make like help me a lot. When I also had this experience, I was going to manicure appointment, and nanny just and baby just woke up afternoon, and nanny took baby, and he saw how I left home, and he started crying, and I'm going in taxi. I called my husband and said, oh, Marco, he's crying, and I left, and he's crying, and I feel guilty what to do. And I'm also almost crying too. And he's like, it's okay. Yes, it is. It's like this. Yes. Yeah, you feel guilty. It's okay. And okay, I'm going with guilty. Yes, it's okay. Go with guilt. Then I tried to call my some friend also to complain a bit how bad my I am, because I couldn't say it to myself like you said it. You're okay, you're good mom, it's everything is okay. Sometimes it happen, and it's not destroyed baby mind, and this baby connection with you, it's actually opposite. If baby crying when you're going, that means you build good connection with baby. That means opposite, that it's good, you already did good job with this. So that means that baby connect to you, and that's not only biological, it's already mental. And baby understand that you're a mom, and that you he need she need you, and all this good.
I know, but I always try to sneak out so she doesn't see I'm leaving. So I'm
Yeah,
avoiding
yes.
that, like, man.
Yes, that's a good, really, really good advice. Do not show that you are going, that you left home. Yeah, we are also doing this all time now. We are running really
Sneaking,
quiet.
yeah.
Yes, from home.
Yeah, I think, yeah, sneaking works. But I also heard at some point you will have to say bye-bye, so child will understand that you you left and you came back.
Mm,
But also it depends how things are going. If you're not living for a long time, it's okay.
yeah, I don't know. I when Marco going to work, David also saying bye bye to him, and it's for him it's not so strong connection, so for him it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I feel
Yeah,
good.
but if I will do this, I'm not sure that baby will say, cool, bye bye. No, no, no. You're here for me
I know.
as much as I need it.
Yeah, 100%. I remember when I was giving Nicholas to daycare for the first time. Oh my God. I thought my heart will get bro broken to pieces because he started to cry in the beginning when I was signing something. He figured out he was
Yeah,
14 months old. And then at some point, I was staying for a little bit. At some point, they told me, now you have to go. So I start crying before baby start crying. I was like my tears just went out. I was like, ah. But no, I was like, emotional, but I start to cry like this and I start to like rip my face so no one will see, he won't see. And then he cried. And when I left daycare, I was crying and I called my friend, Masha. Hello, Masha. And I was crying now loudly and walking on the street. And Masha was like, did you give him for the first time to daycare? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I also was crying my first day, but from happiness. Yeah, I think she gave her daughter a bit later when she was 2 years old, and it was COVID time. So Masha was so ready to give. So she was like, literally tears of joy. But then after I sent my husband actually to give Nicholas to daycare was perfect. So first week for sure, maybe 2 weeks, he was bringing him. And this is much better. If you ever
yeah,
decide to go to daycare, just try to arrange for Marco to give it because it's easier for mom and easier for kids because this bye bye, it was the
yeah.
same with my husband. Bye bye. Not like, "Ah." Yeah, so
Yeah, even for Marco, it's easier to put him on the car seat than for me, because if I'm putting his no, 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 I need you, I need you. If Marco putting him, it's okay. It's everything is okay. He's happy. He's good. He's can smile and all this, and that's definitely husbands. I think fathers they have another some magic with baby how to do not do not make do, how say they when they're not crying they are magic in this. They do what we
I
can't do.
know. Yeah, when the girl not crying, it's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, the same with the cry out. I remember with Bella, it was very hard for her to sleep in the bed, la la la, like in the night. It was like a lot of things. And then one evening, I went somewhere with my girlfriends, and then I left milk, and then Danya fed her, and she fell asleep pretty easy peasy. A little bit of cry out. And I was like, what's happened? How did you put her like this? So he's like, yeah, just like she drank some milk, I put her to bed. She cried for a little bit. It worked. And we start to do like that since
Yeah.
that was perfect. Just a little bit of cry because I usually would like, oh, poor baby. Oh my gosh, she's crying. So yeah, in that cry out thing, guys are better too. Even I was against cry out, but this was just a little cry out is okay. Like I think like now my doses under 10 minutes cry out is acceptable. So sometimes when we start to put Bella like that in her own crib in different room, she cried for 2.5, 3 minutes, and then sleep until like breastfeeding, like 3 hours, 2 hours later. That's my little bit.
Sometimes at night he's crying, but he's not crying. He's like doing like this 20 seconds of this some noise because not enough space for him because he's like pushing me because he needs more space. And I'm like, oh, baby, I understand you need your own space. I know. You will go soon to your own space.
So now David is sleeping with you
Yes.
and Marco.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I decided it's for me better because I don't need to up and down to feed him, and if I'm doing this up and down, then I definitely don't have good sleep, and if I don't have good sleep, that means I'm so unhappy. So that's more worse than anything else. What can be when we are sleeping together? Some some my back hurts or something. That's nothing compare if I when I'm not sleeping I'm fully and you don't want to see. I mean my baby don't need to see this, so yeah.
Yeah, I feel your sleep is very important for me too. But we're the opposite. We decided that we don't want any babies in our bed. So it happened with the first child, and Danya was carrying baby because he's good and fast and falling asleep. And I'm so like useless during the night in terms of carrying someone especially heavy, and then it's hard for me to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So he was bringing Nicholas to his own room and back, for the breastfeeding, and now he brings Bella, and I'm happy about that because for me it's so hard to sleep with a kid and I cannot fully relax. I think if Danya would not sleep, for example, with me, then I can sleep with the baby, then I can just roll far away from baby. Like, for example, when he was away for work, I slept with the baby because no one was carrying a baby, and then like baby was on the other edge of the bed, like by the wall. It was safe and everything, but I just like roll far, far away from baby. And then when baby needed breast, I would just roll, give it, and just roll back. But
Yeah.
yeah, because I don't like I can't.
Yeah, you see how it's different, yes, and for me it's so comfortable. Maybe because I also always was sleeping with my dog. I mean, last
What the
what
kilo
six
am.
years, yes, and I used to sleep with someone, and we are like she's sleeping everywhere, and I'm not really care like afraid if I will some I don't know hurt her or something
Sure.
because never happened something like this, so I didn't really scary about baby how it's gonna be with baby, so it's okay. Anyway, how you decide to sleep, it's all up to you. You can sleep together or separate. That's not really important. Important, the important for me as mom, and my advice for every woman is to be happy with motherhood and to make yourself happy. No one can make you happy if you're not doing any effort for this, even if you feel like some kind of guilty when you're doing this. That's very, very important.
I totally agree. Happiness is the most important, and it's based on good sleep and good diet. Share with us, how do you sleep with your babies? We want to know. You already know how we do it.
Yeah, and what you're doing with guilty when you feel guilty and you have to go somewhere, or what you can say to yourself for feel better and to make you calm about baby condition about this.
Yeah, looking forward to hear your feedback. And I think we're wrapping off, Tatiana. We'll go to
Yes.
sleep, ladies. Have a good day and night, everyone. Please subscribe, send us a message or a comment. It will be so good to hear from you. Bye.
Bye.